Hello, hello. Welcome to Ram and Goat Astrology. I'm Laura Lee.
And I'm Helena. Welcome.
We're going to just chat a little bit. Something short today because it's a weird week between Christmas and New Year's and things are just in the in-between space. So we're going to talk about that because that's where we're sitting right now.
Absolutely. And then I think we're going to release the first transit of the year on the 31st.
Yeah.
So you guys can listen to the first couple of transits on the last day of the year.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Yeah, so the in-between.
It's uncomfortable, but it's necessary.
Mm.
And that's where we're sitting right now. I think, if we all realize that. So Christmas just happened, and I've been doing a lot of deeper research on Christmas and how Christmas is actually a Saturn holiday.
It is. It used to be called Saturnalia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? So it's a Saturn holiday, and the red suit and the red energy and the red all colors all comes from Saturn. And
from the mushroom, Amanita.
Oh, wait, tell me more.
Yes. So I don't remember so much about it, but I do remember that. Okay, so what I know about the Saturn thing is that it used to be a festival in Italy where they celebrated. It was called Saturnalia, and they all everyone made food and sort of shared with each other. And I don't know what that has to do with Saturn, but maybe it's like take responsibility for the whole village or something.
Mm-hmm.
Saturnalia. I don't remember too much about that. Just I thought it was cool that it was a festival about Saturn. And then also the red color, and because Christmas colors are, I mean, it's green too, but it's a lot of red and white, and that comes from the mushroom Amanita. What's it called? Amanita.
Just that typical red and white.
Do you know
mushroom.
which one I mean?
Yeah,
the one that
the white spots
it
on
makes you. It's poisonous if you eat too much of it, but you can prepare it in a way so that you actually can take it, and it has very calming effects, and it can also be like hallucinogenic, I think.
Okay, all right, interesting. And so
And they just banned it in Sweden. They just banned it in Sweden.
Did they really?
Oh, they're about to. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because if we
because it's working.
Because banning things always works, right? Always works.
Yeah.
So when we talk about Saturn, Saturn rules over time and the seasonality and the cycles of death and rebirth and agriculture and the harvest and structure. Of course, when we look at Saturn, we always think of structure and limits. And so Saturnalia, what I understood is that was celebrated for about a week during this time of darkness, right? Where the sun was obviously the lowest in the sky, the least amount of light. We symbolically kind of have the rules soften during this time, or hierarchy kind of gets dissolved and people get to celebrate a little bit. So I think that's where the holiday originally came from, back in the Roman realm. I was just reading into it and looking into it. It was fascinating.
Oh, yeah. And I just quickly looked up again too, and I remembered it says social roles were inverted. And I remember that. I remember reading that, and that's so funny. So if you were servant, you would be the opposite. Oh. If you were a king, it would be the opposite. Masters served slaves. Ha! That's what it says.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm trying to think of how that maybe is playing out into our modern day and modern way of doing Christmas and celebration, seeing how that plays.
Yeah. And I don't really see how this, there was a lot of drinking, gift giving.
Oh, there you go. We get that.
Jokes, masks, chaos, it says, feasting. But all of those things, they don't ring true for Saturn for me. So that's really interesting.
And that's where, when I was learning about it, it was almost like a time where we didn't have to live in those Saturnian rules. So it's like the rules softened during this week.
Yeah.
So that's where there's almost like
this break of Saturn.
Breathe a little bit.
Yeah, because hierarchy is very Saturn. Yeah. So they took that away.
Yeah.
So it's yes, okay, great. So it's we celebrate not dealing with Saturn for a week.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. That's what I was learning about. I thought it was fascinating. That's like, I
Interesting.
really like that. And if you think about it, you told me too that in Sweden, you guys kind of take the week off from work, right?
Yeah.
Which is a very opposite Saturn thing to do, right? To just stop working,
Very true.
especially in a country like yours, which is known for productivity and work and hard working and schedules and stuff. So
Yeah.
there's that kind of energy. But then when we have in America, it's very, very consumerism and gift giving, and those are not Saturn qualities either. They're just not. So I
Yeah.
think this is so fascinating that then we went from that Saturnalia into Christmas, because when Christianity spread through Rome, I'm
Mm.
sure the church started to face a problem with that, right? Because people weren't going to give up their freedom from Saturn for a week. So instead of erasing it, it feels like the church just probably absorbed it, where we kept the timing, we kept the feast, we
I
kept the
just morphed
gifts,
it.
and just morphed
Yeah.
it. Yep. And then we just put Jesus's birth there instead, because
Yeah.
there is no proof in history. There's no like historical data that says Jesus was actually born on this date.
No.
That's not cataloged at that specific date. So that was kind of imparted into there, or imbued into there. So
Yeah.
Saturn didn't disappear with Saturnalia. He just went underground. I love it.
Just took a little break. Took a
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that sounds, yeah, that sounds really cool.
Isn't that
And
so? With right now, we're in a pause, or in this in
yeah.
between space during this kind of week long energy, but also we're in a pause right now with Saturn being at the last couple degrees of Pisces. He went into Aries earlier this year, and we were all like, yes, let's, all right, we're going forward. And then he was like, ha, ha, fooled you. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go back into
Yeah.
Pisces and remind those bitches they got to deal with some shit over there. So he went back into Pisces. Then he parked it at 25 degrees Pisces for like forever. Just so you guys know, if you have anything at 25 degrees Pisces, which is where my mind is,
Mm.
he's been sitting there for forever. Because when a planet goes retrograde or direct, the energetics of it actually slows down and then goes forward again. So it stays on a degree or two a lot longer than it normally would as it stations direct or stations
Yeah.
retrograde.
Mm.
So it happened to do that at 25 Pisces, and now it's finally starting to go forward. He's hanging out at 20. Nope, he's still at 25. Freaking great. Look at that. Yep, he's still there. So he'll be moving to 26 degrees in the next couple days. But the last couple degrees of Pisces,
Mm.
I think, are probably the most annoying for this Aries energy anyway, because
Yeah, I was gonna ask how come, and yeah, for the Aries,
it's a lot of
yes,
sit
yeah.
around and wait and twiddle your thumbs and hang on and just hold on, hang on, wait, just how about now? Nope, not yet. Wait, well, how about now?
But
Surrender and wait, bitch.
I feel like it's also such an important and potent time because right before, like if you think about nature, right before like the snow melts and the first green little things start sticking out of the ground, you first something has to germinate in the ground. And these
Mm-hmm.
last couple of degrees of Pisces, I mean, Pisces is about the dreaming and the creating, creating in the underworld,
Yep.
in the unseen world. So first, something is creating with energetics, and then from these energetics, you, becomes like a little germination in the ground. You can't see it yet, but it's there. It's a little seed that you plant,
Yep.
and then Aries season, boom, it shoots out of the ground and it's fast and it starts bloom and smells great and everything.
Right. You got
But
your leaves. You can see what it is. But before that, you're
yeah,
just like staring at the dirt, waiting for it.
yeah, but so now it's a great time for that like germination. Like what are you germinating inside of you? What little things are you tending to?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to grow when we step into the next season?
I love that question. I love that question. It's been really interesting to think about that. Just your question, what do you want to grow, and stepping into the next season? Because
Mm,
we all have things that kind of like pop up in our mind, whether you're
Mm.
making food or taking a shower, something pops up, and then it'll pop up again over here, and it'll pop up over here. And lately it's been, for me, taking better care of my physical body, right? Thanks, Mars and
Yeah.
Capricorn. Appreciate that shit. So I've been thinking about, like, Laura, you really need to move your body more. You've been sitting at a computer too much. You just haven't been doing the yoga or going for walks like you need to. Come on, like, that, right? So I'm
Mm.
hearing these conversations coming up. So for me, I know physical care of my body is something that's coming up, and obviously for you, right, as your body's changing with your new
Yeah.
baby, so that's going to be a big priority for you as well. So, answering that question, what things need to be tended to, and what have you been, kind of creating with this grounded mystic
Mm.
energy with Saturn and Pisces? It's almost like,
Yeah.
for me, it feels like sacred discomfort, right?
Hmm.
Like, I know this
Yeah,
time is
I think
very
you hit,
sacred.
hit the nail, head on the nail. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is very sacred discomfort. Pisces is super sacred, and you have to surrender and trust the magic. You have to. Pisces is magical as magical can be. And
Hmm.
Saturn is just wait, take time, create structure,
Mm.
create, right? So it's, for me, yes, I respect it, but it is an in between energy that frankly irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah. It it is very much an in-between energy, and I found some more information that I just want to share about the connection with Christmas
Tell me.
and
I love
and
it.
this mushroom. Amanita muscaria is what it's called. And it's the mushroom that is it has a white foot, a red cap with white dots on it.
Yes. It's kind of like
Like
the epitome of mushrooms when people think of mushrooms in their head.
yeah, it's like it's the mushroom in what's that TV game, the video game, Super
Oh,
Mario.
Mario. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, like it's the in Sweden, it's like the picture you have in your head for like a poisonous mushroom because you grow up like hearing like don't ever touch that mushroom. It's a it's a dangerous mushroom,
Yeah.
but there is a connection in the northern hemisphere, in Siberia, in northern Europe, a connection between Christmas and this Amanita muscaria mushroom. Um, and also the reindeers and evergreen trees. Because
Okay.
apparently, so pretty much the reason why you would use this mushroom during Christmas, why it was a symbol for Christmas, is because it is a symbol of that finding some kind of light in the darkness and sort of that threshold for the like the in between. You eat the mushroom. If you take quite a lot, it can be an experience that is a psychedelic experience.
Okay.
So, in the darkness of the winter, you would have this mushroom, and then you would like have this
A-
entering in this other world and
awakening
come out
almost.
on the other side.
Yeah.
So it's very much like that was pretty much the reason why it became a symbol during Christmas. And then the connection with the reindeers and evergreen is that this mushroom grows under evergreen trees. It grows a lot under evergreens,
Oh.
and reindeers loves to eat them.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So reindeer are always
Isn't that
tripping.
interesting? Yes, absolutely.
And that's why we probably think they're flying.
Absolutely. Yeah,
It makes
absolutely.
sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in for the in between sort of feeling. And maybe maybe you don't want to go on a psychedelic trip, but we can use this in between, just like you said, like a sacred discomfort
Yeah.
to go into something. And a lot like maybe sometimes when you have take psychedelics, it can be uncomfortable, and then you come out and you have another perspective on a part of your life.
Yes.
Like we can use this time to um try and sit with these energies, and some of you will probably use psychedelics, some not, but all of us can sit in the discomfort, and we can be and
Okay.
listen to
Yes.
what's going on inside.
Well, and that's what Saturn's actually asking us to do with these last degrees of Pisces, because
Yeah.
he is literally saying we need to give form to something that by nature is formless, right? Pisces is formless. It's like I was watching my 2-year-old try to grab, we have a humidifier in our bedroom and it's, spitting out mist. And I was watching him and he was literally trying to grab it. And I was like, what a great description for what we're supposed to do with Saturn and Pisces.
Yeah.
Here, create this container around this mist and do something, right? Contain it somehow. And it's very challenging to do that because that alone creates tension and irritation. How do I grab this mist? How do I grab this cloud and give it a form? Right? Because Saturn is structure and form, and I have to be responsible and I have to take time and bring it into reality. And Pisces is none of that. It's delusion and, faith and dreams and grief and endings and beginnings. And you can't feel Pisces, or you can't touch Pisces, but you can feel it. So we have this discomfort and this in between energy right now until Saturn moves back into Aries, which will be February 15th. So until until February 15th, we're still in this really in between space. And it's just so uncomfortable because these last degrees of Pisces are not, they're not clear yet. The fog is still thick, right? I'm looking out my window right now and it's one of those winter days where if you guys don't live in the Northern Hemisphere, like just imagine this. It's the sun is up somewhere, okay, but there's so much cloud cover, there's no way to see where in the sky the cloud or the sun is. It's just everything is just this light shade of gray. Everything. There is no difference between anything, right? It's just all this light shade of gray everywhere. And there's like gray snow everywhere and everything is just gray. It feels very much like that. There's no clarity right now. Where is the sun in the sky? If I needed to use the sun to gauge the time of day, I couldn't do it right now. There's no clarity. So we're trying to complete something, but we don't have the answers. We're trying to gauge the time, but we can't use a sundial. Like, how irritating is that? It's so annoying. So I just want everyone to know, like, we are really stuck in this in between right now. There's nothing you're doing wrong. If things feel confusing or, frustrating, if you're feeling fatigue showing up, it's not because you're lazy. It's because something has to end, or grief is surfacing, or our beliefs that we held are now falling on the wayside and we aren't replacing them yet because that's Aries energy. Aries is replacing with something new. But Pisces is this dissolving of the old identities and the new ones aren't here yet. Right? It's kind of like being pregnant, honestly. Right? Like, you've got this new identity of mom, but not yet.
Yeah.
But you're not the old identity of, right. You're not the old identity of like not mom.
Yeah, and what happens during that time is so much surrendering. So much surrendering. So that's really interesting.
Here.
So we're telling everyone to surrender.
You guys, surrender is effort. Okay. It takes effort to surrender. It takes reminders to surrender. Saturn is he's not going to let us carry everything forward into Aries. He won't. You can't do it. He will give you a cosmic frying pan upside the head if you try. And then he's not going to just enter into Aries by himself. He's going to enter into Aries again with Neptune, which how fucking weird is that?
Yeah.
He entered Aries last time with Neptune. They both retrograded together and now they're entering Aries again together. What? What karmic shit show is that? That's not normal, you guys. If you're not astrologers, just want you to know, as astrologers, that's not normal. That's for these two planets to enter, exit.
No, to align like that. No,
that's not like a usual transit. Okay, so as Saturn peruses past Neptune, if you think you can carry something with you into the new realm, it's almost like you're trying to walk through. I'm picturing like somebody in a movie or something trying to walk through like a waterfall or something, but it's not water. It's almost like an energetic boundary. And you can't take shit with you through the boundary, but you have like a suitcase full of crap and you try and walk through and you go through, but the suitcase like falls out of your hand as you're walking through. Like you can't go into the next realm with the old shit. You have to let your baggage go. So Pisces is saying you don't know yet what is staying. And that's that in between. You don't know what you can take with you. It's like trying to pack for a trip, but you don't know what you can take and you don't know how much. It's
Where
really
you going?
annoying.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
Absolutely. And this is, what did you say, February
15th.
25?
February 15th.
February 15th. Okay.
Yep, the day after Valentine's Day. So maybe you take
Still a couple of weeks to go.
Yeah, so maybe you take with you a relationship, maybe you don't. Maybe you take with you a job, maybe you don't. But this is I think a time where cuz Saturn can very often be misunderstood as somebody who's punishing us or is too harsh. I've come to really respect him over the last couple of years, especially as he's in my 5th house of children, and then I've had now 5 children. Each child is I've learned a Saturn lesson with each one, and now I'm really starting to appreciate Saturn as almost like a responsible friend and not necessarily harsh or punishing. But what I think here is like Pisces is that threshold before we dive into something new.
Yeah.
And so Saturn here can really become like a guardian of that threshold. So I think it's something we have to make sure we understand there are chapters that have to close in our life, right? And that grief needs to happen, right? You have to grieve. So as a pregnant woman, you have to grieve the life you're letting go. You have to. There's
Absolutely.
no way. There's no way you can just like be like, oh, I'll take old Helena with me. She can't come. Nope.
No, she can't come. Yeah, I had that moment of grief right in the beginning. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And it very much is like that for all of us in our life right now. So you guys, while we're in this in-between space, this is the time where we can rest. And I'm going to say this very clearly. Rest without guilt.
Take a Saturnalia.
Yes. Release identities that aren't fitting you. You're not Helena without children anymore, right? You're Helena the mama now, and that's a new identity. So you've got to let the grief happen, and you've got to embrace the new identities, and let these old chapters and these old versions of you close gently. You know what I'm releasing and closing? I'm so excited. I'm releasing poverty. My husband and I have lived in poverty for our entire adult life.
Yeah.
And I am so fucking glad to say goodbye to that one.
Yeah.
And to release that and step into our financial abundance that we have been working desperately for and working so diligently on. And we've been following our Saturn rules, and we've been listening and waiting on the timing. So
well done, you guys.
I'm excited for that surrender and embracing the new energy there. And we're just in the in-between, though. It's not comfortable. So if you guys don't know who you are anymore, that's okay. If you're tired and you don't know why, that's okay. If you can feel something changing, but you can't name it, that's okay. You're not alone. And that's why we do these podcasts, because we want you to know you're not alone. This is exactly textbook Neptune, Saturn, Pisces, late degree energy. So we're
absolutely. It's okay to be in the unknown and to just hang there, because it's not going to last forever.
And that's what we're doing. Hanging out. So we get to hang out for another like 6 or 7 weeks here, and then we get to go.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
Nice.
Well, I hope you guys are all having a great in-between and a happy Saturnalia. I'm going to just wish that to everybody now. I like
happy Saturnalia.
Happy Saturnalia.
Perfect.
Thanks for tuning into our short podcast today. We wish you all the best, you guys, and we'll see you in just a couple days with the transits for the new year.
Whoop whoop. See you next time.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you for joining us this week. Be sure to like and support the show by sharing with a friend or joining us on Patreon. And you can buy us a tea or coffee and financially support us. Thank you so much. It's so appreciated.